And agenda item number 6A, wild horse update. Chief of Habitat Elmer Bull, in accordance with the Commission's request, Chief of Habitat Bull will provide an update on the status of the wild horse issues pending in Nevada. Oh, looks like Mr. Bull's not here. Steve, go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Steve Siegel. I'm the Habitat Staff Specialist, and I have the update on wild horse gathers in the state. I have updates on 7 gathers and then a couple of newsworthy items to also bring to your attention. The first gather I'll talk about is the pancake gather. This is a gather that has occurred and was approximately 30 miles west of Ely. Excess wild horses are present within and outside the boundaries of the pancake complex and are proposed to gather and remove 800 to 1,000 excess wild horses. The proposed action is a pilot management alternative that calls for a phased-in approach to reach AML, that's appropriate management levels, over a 6 to 10 year period by gradually removing excess animals, implementing fertility control, adjusting sex ratios, and managing a portion of the herd as a non-breeding population of geldings. The department commented on this process and preferred a more immediate attainment of AML and not a gradual attainment over many years. The U.S. Forest Service had determined not to participate in this gather, even though horses routinely cross between the BLM and U.S. Forest Service managed lands. Efforts need to be made to better involve the forest on these gathers. The gather was complete with 1,115 animals gathered. 289 horses were returned to the range, and the mares were treated with PZP. The next gather is the Bullfrog Herd Management Area and Wild Burro Gather. This occurred near Beatty along Highway 95. The Tonopah Field Office issued a decision to gather 75 excess wild burros, targeting those animals close to Beatty along Highway 95. Additional gathers will be planned in the near future because there are more than 75 excess burros present both inside and outside the herd management area. The initial gather was complete with 77 burros removed from the range. The next gather is the Flanagan, Dogskin Mountain, and Granite Peak Gather. This gather is located in the area northeast of Reno within Washoe County. The gather commenced on January 18th and was completed on January 27th. A total of 308 animals were gathered and 58 were returned to the range. Mares returned to the range were treated with PZP 22 fertility control. The next gather is the Tri-State Calico Gather, northeast of Gerlach and northwest of Winnemucca. 1,344 excess wild horses and burros were gathered, with 241 animals returned to the range. Mares released to the wild were treated with PZP. There were 11 animal deaths. This gather was completed on January 9th. The Stone Cabin Salisbury Complex Gather, located approximately 30 miles east of Tonopah. That gather was completed on February 18th. A total of 726 wild horses were gathered, with 210 released to the range. 107 mares released were treated with PZP. The Garfield Flat Gather, located in the Carson City area. This gather was conducted in January. The goals were not achieved, with only 60 of the targeted 157 animals removed. An additional 24 gathered were returned to the range. The last gather is the Humboldt Water Trapping Gather. This one is in progress. It's on the within the Black Rock Field Office area. This gather is planned to, it started on March 1st and will continue from September 29th. There are 127 animals planned for removal. The two news items I wanted to bring to your attention, one involves an article which was headlined, "Judge Denies Bid to Block Roundup of Wild Horses." U.S. Judge Howard McKibben, who in the past has issued stays and shown support for wild horse protection advocacy, rejected their latest request to block gathers in the West. Judge McKibben is quoted as saying, "This court is really not in a position to be an overseer of the BLM. This court is not going to police all gathers in the U.S. or even all gathers in the District of Northern Nevada. The court is not Congress, not an administrative agency. We are not the first branch of government. We are not the second branch of government. We are here to consider grievances. So we are glad to see that those gatherings are going to continue to occur. The second item is that the BLM selects a proposed wild horse sanctuary on private land. You probably have heard before regarding the Spruce Mountain Sanctuary and some of the efforts there. That area has not been approved yet as a sanctuary. The BLM has selected an area about 30 miles outside of Laramie, Wyoming, on private property. That site can hold up to 250 horses, and if you've heard some of my descriptions of the gathers occurring in Nevada, you'll know that that is a very small drop in the bucket, and it would probably take dozens of sites such as this to be able to accommodate the horses. One of the issues involves BLM is not going out there and removing to AML. They've mentioned that they're going to do this over the course of a few years, and their environmental assessments are now being geared to accommodate that longer-term period of gather. The reason that they're doing this is they've run out of room to put wild horses, and their budgets are being depleted at a very rapid rate, having to feed and water and care for the animals that they have collected. We expect that this site in Laramie, Wyoming, it'll take about 6 months or so to go through the NEPA process, but this will be kind of the to set the stage for more of these wild horse eco-sanctuaries to occur, and we should see more of them in the news to come. That concludes my report.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Any questions for Steve from the Commission? Just curious, how effective is the birth control, the PZP?
That has yet to be proven. The claims are that one injection will last about 22 months. This means that in less than a 2-year period, the BLM would have to regather those horses and re-inject the mares. There's no guarantee that they will collect the same horses that have been injected. Although the pen trials have shown it to be effective over a 22-month period, there are a lot of factors, including the animal's biology and the condition of the animals, that weigh in as to the effectiveness of those injections. And we're watching very closely to see how well those injections really work at holding herd levels to a certain number.
Okay. Commissioner Howell.
Thank you. I know there's been in the past, and probably going on now, they've been gelding some of the studs. Have they, some guys in the livestock industry have told me that what they should be doing is to cut some of the dominant studs proud, and thereby they can still have the action, but nothing's going to happen. We don't have any byproducts. So are they doing that yet?
No, I don't believe that they are targeting very specific stallions for gelding. I think that they are conducting that on a convenience basis. And as you probably know, it's only going to take one stallion to impregnate a herd of mares.
That's why
gelding a small portion of the number of mares, in my opinion, does little to be able to hold the increase in wild horses. And at this point, they're doubling about every 4 years.
That's why these guys were telling me that if they cut they cut them proud, the dominant males, the ones that are actually getting all the action, then it would make a big difference, because they wouldn't be impregnating. They'd still get the action, but no results.
Well, I'll tell you, on my next round of commenting, I'll bring the issue up with the BLM.
I've done that already.
Okay, any other questions from the Commission for Steve? Okay, thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.